this one in a poet compilation. Let's talk with this Animancers. Nope. Speak with the Head Warden. Okay, let's go speak with the Head Warden. Here is Head Warden. Head Warden Ethelmoer. A well-maintained statue of a middle-aged man presides over the room, looking down unblinking over the bustle of harried academics pestered by the hopeful desperate. A strong warmth emanates from it that you could sense from across the room. There is a human soul stored beneath the stonework. You feel its attention turned towards you. It has been some time since a watcher graced these halls. His voice echoes deeply, rumbling the floor beneath you. I am envious of your natural insights, traveler. I can only imagine how it might have helped my work in life. Now, what is that has brought you to my sanitarium? So I'm looking for an animancer named Moedred. Moedred, of course. You will find him downstairs in the first room on the right. So first room on the right. So I'm curious to how you've come to be in your present state. In the statue, you mean? Well, he laughs. I was old, and it seemed wrong to me. A lifetime spent in pursuit of discovery, only to lose it all in death. Somewhere, someday, I would wake up in a new body, none the wiser, and pursue a different course entirely. All that experience wasted. If we are ever to unearth the principles behind our resistance, it will be in spite of our condition. Of that I'm quite sure. To live on as part of something I helped build seemed to me a better legacy than what nature had in store. The transfer itself was quite simple as our techniques go, and for that I am grateful. Playing with souls is far easier to accept when they are not your own. I do miss being able to take an active role in the scholarly efforts here. Now and again, one of our animancers will humor me and consult over some problem, but they are a jealous breed and are too often afraid to collaborate. If you are considering it yourself, I can tell you that it isn't for the easily bored. Okay, tell me about the sanitarium. A history lesson. This is a rare pleasure. Most come in here only concerned with cheating death in one way or another. We are an old institution as Deerwood goes. This is our 94th year. As with many cities, the growth of Defiance Bay brought it with a host of problems. One of the worst was that those born with, shall we say, ill-favored souls came to populate its streets in droves. Thus, the sanitarium. Brackenbury was a natural fit. It was growing, but there was also a lot of money here back then. This place owes its survival to the curiosities of the wealthy more than anything, I think. Our founding came at a time of great suspicion in animancy, much like today. So much progress has been lost to the mishaps of a few careless practitioners. But in time it was forgotten, as all things are. Since then, we have been at the forefront of animancy's resurgence. We have played host to many gifted researchers and pushed the boundaries of our knowledge in ways never thought possible. Some of the first safe transferences were done here, and we have pioneered work in soul purification, lineage analysis, preservation. It's really quite a list if you'll pardon my pride. Today it's, well, I can't say it's exactly the same. There has been some push to shut us down. It comes from Deerwood more excitable denizens, whose minds are more passionate than thoughtful, I'm afraid. People see this legacy and they see it involves something they don't understand, so it's natural for them to suspect people whose understanding exceeds theirs. It looks to them like we are hiding something. We have a representative in the palace this very moment, defending the entire science of animancy at the hearing before the Duke. Absurd as it sounds, if it does not go well, it could be the end of animancy in Deerwood. I fear Evar may be swayed by all this unrest. Irrational thought it may be. We shall see. Okay? So. Where now? I think we talk. Okay. Yarmid. Okay. Okay. There are many animancers. This is midwife's memoir. Okay, we can sell it. If we can pick it and we can sell it, we're gonna pick it and we're gonna sell it. Noble, this man's soul was torn asunder by a bivouac. Yeah, here too. What is... Oh my... Ah, this is like a classroom. Okay. Kind of. Yeah, don't mind me. I just pick it. Anything, I'm gonna return it. I pinky promise. Sanitarium guard is gonna tell me to go away. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I looked everywhere. Okay. So it said the first to the right. Oh, Sanitarium. This is a madhouse here. Oh, Belasage. Okay. What is this? This strange device seems to thrum with power.
Hail and well met.
A woman paces back and forth, her feet crunching on the soft red carpet. She gestures and mumbles to herself, shaking her head as she pores over pages of notes. She almost walks into you. Ecosi, here I am, looking so hard for answers in my research that I do not see the kith standing in front of me. What can I do? What do you do here? According to my research grant, I study awakenings. Eliminating pre-awakened souls has been one of Animancy's greatest successes, and I'm working on a method to replicate the process on awakened souls. She gnaws at her lip. But the truth is that I find few suitable subjects here. Waidwen Legacy has left plenty of awakened souls, but most are too broken for study. She sighs. I fear I will return to Revoa with nothing to show for my efforts. I'm awakened. I've been recalling flashes of a past life. She scratches her chin. Most interesting, but not the kind of awakening I can study. I'm afraid I need someone whose awakened soul can be triggered with predictable stimuli. Souls such as these tend to manifest as alternate personas in the host. She gives you a broad, if strained smile, but I thank you for the offer. Something else you need? I like to know more about animancy in the Valiant Republics. While it's a dynamic and respected field, even the Bellrich incident did little to slow it. She shrugs. People in the Republics are more accepting of risks, less superstitious, ready to try anything that shows promise. So it's a shame that so many here are so hostile towards the animancy, but animancy also has the potential to do great harm. I'm not sure whether the benefits outweigh the dangers, or people should turn to the gods for answers. Yeah, but animancy also has the potential to do great harm. I'm not sure whether the benefits outweigh the dangers. This is true of any great technology. You cut a man open to remove sick flesh, and there is a chance you kill him. Build a boat to explore a new land, and perhaps it sinks with you aboard. But surely these things make us better off, even though they sometimes fail. That's true. Okay. This is big. Okay. Ooh, Moedred. Okay, let's have a talk. Close the door. Like, very good. Now let's chit-chat. Mina stealing. Okay. An animancer scribbles feverishly on a parchment scroll while his free hand dances through the air, counting off unseen objects. His lips move in silent discourse. As your shadow falls over his scroll, he looks up at you with mingled perplexity and irritation.
Hail, traveler.
Can I help you? He forces a polite smile. Does the name Helig mean anything to you? Moedred starts. Helig? He is a colleague of mine. He was primarily a necromancer, but he was involved in animancy too. He worked at the sanitarium for several years. I dare say everyone here has heard of him. He clears his throat. He left his post recently. I believe he was seeking new opportunities in the Valian republics. He leans forward. The advances they are making in animancy really are quite remarkable. Surely you've heard? He coughs again. Perhaps you haven't. Do you know a woman named Rowena? No, I don't get out of the sanitarium much. So, about Helig. Moedred smooths his robes. As I said, he no longer works here. Well, I've heard it differently. He slides his spectacles down his nose. Just what are you insinuating? If this is your idea of a joke, I assure you it's in a very poor taste. So, crack your knuckles. I insinuate nothing. Subtlety isn't my style. Helig wasn't joking, and neither am I. So you didn't sink a blade into his chest and dump him in the catacombs? He'll be relieved to hear it. Yeah, let's catch him by surprise. Yep. Moedred pales. How could... He sighs and runs a hand over his hair. Very well, yes, I killed him. I killed that beast because nobody else had the spine for it. He was a madman. Years of perverse experiments, twisting healthy souls, torturing damaged souls, and for what? He flayed the essence from Glandfathan indigents for his amusement. He waves down the hall. If the public had known half of these deeds, they have razed this place to the ground. He jabbed his finger on the desk, used the sanitarium to disguise his own sick proclivities. He brought shame on all of us and put the entire discipline at risk. I regret nothing. He comes down and sizes you up. Anyway, now you know the whole grisly story. So, Helig said you stole a grimoire from him. So Helig's soul returned to his corpse through sinister magic. He wants revenge. Hardly brave, stabbing a man in his sleep, so you killed him to save your own. Yeah. Helig said you stole a grimoire for him. Moedred brows furrows. His grimoire. What's that madman been telling you? Give him the key. He said you kept it in that trunk over there. This one here. I'm not in the mood for games, Moedred. Hand it over. If you don't have it here, where is it? Yeah, you don't have it here, where is it? If I know Helig, this is his idea of a joke. Probably not one you or I would appreciate. If anything I've told you about him has sunk in, I beg you, return to the catacombs and slay him once and for all. That foul man will cause misery and pain as long as he's around. Okay, he said you kept it in the trunk over there. I'll finish him. He has something I need. I'll consider it. Yeah, give him the key. I can't believe Moedred, so Helig is already felt spooky. Yeah, he said you kept it in the trunk over there. Moedred takes the key with a trembling hand, his eyes darting to the trunk behind you. You've been misled. There is no grimoire here, and Helig never intended you to find one. So I lost the key. That wretched thing has an insatiable hunger for blood. He shudders. Thank you for denying him. I hope I can convince you now to return and slay him once and for all. So he has something I need. I don't know what he's promised you, but he's already lied to you about the grimoire. I don't have it. If what I've told you about that evil, deceitful man hasn't swayed you, I don't know what else to say. He turns back to his papers. Trust him at your own peril. Okay. Let's see. Open. Heavy lock holds the trunk. Is too sturdy to break. Yeah, I cannot open it. But I believe Moedred. So now, says, was the past. Moedred confessed of killing Helig, but he also explained that Helig was a vile and dangerous man. I could continue helping Helig, or I could return to the catacomb and finish what Moedred started. Okay, sanitarium guard. Oh, I cannot open this. Okay, I can leave. No, you don't want me to open this? Unlocking. This will require the proper key. Okay, I cannot unlock this. Oh, actually I can. This one. There is nothing here. Nope. Let's talk with the guards. I never thought I'd be taking orders from a talking statue. Oh yeah. Funny, isn't it? Okay. Okay.
You must have seen some amazing sights on your way north.
Sure. Pirate cities floating in the archipelago. The mountain halls of these northern dwarves. Plenty.
I haven't been further south in the deer.
Yeah, so let's also go, now that we are here, let's go for Eder. There is this one. Eder has agreed to travel with me, seem to have some question. Yeah, Eder believes he may be able to find more about the circumstances of his brother's death in Defiance Bay. He suggests there might be records of Saints' War in an archive in the Ducal Palace. So let's go in the Ducal Palace. Come. Justiciar. Ooh. So. Yeah, this looks very much like where the Ducal Palace would be. Ducal Palace. Unbelievable. So, let's go here.
Politics, infighting, greed, and a shrine to Margaret.
Yeah, we demand to see the Duke and we just go in. Sidley.
Welcome.
The young woman wears a simple but well-tailored uniform. She watches the comings and goings around her with quiet attention. Any news to share, or are you just here to see the Ducal Palace? What's the Ducal Palace? It's the seat of government here in Defiance Bay. This is where Duke Atmeth declared freedom from Ederian rule some 150 years ago. She lowers her voice and grins. It's also a hotbed of regional politics. Trust me, the gossip here beats what you'll find in any tavern or brothel in the city. Ah, Deerwood politics. It changes too quickly to be worth keeping up with. Better to strike up conversation in the taverns than try to loiter inconspicuously in the palace corridors. Okay, looking for news? Who are you? I'm a page here at the palace. I deliver messages and run errands for the Duke and his advisors. The pay's not great, but I can't think of a better introduction to politics. So what goes on in here? She laughs. Where to start? We've got meetings, public hearings, and ceremonies, and that's just the stuff that happens out in the open. She leans a little closer. This is where the Duke and his key advisors work, so there is always someone bartering for a favor. Unfortunately, I'm not in a liberty to talk about that side of things. But if you want the official version, she clears her throat and gestures counterclockwise around the palace. We have a shrine devoted to Moedred, official records and chambers for public hearings and council meetings. Yeah, what kind of records are stored here? Mostly dull, official stuff. census counts, tax records, militia registers. Now I keep my distance. I got curious one day and got drafted into reshelving half of the records. She yawns. Worst day of my life. Okay, tell me about the Shrine of Magran. It's a symbol of Magran's protection of Defiance Bay. She's represented the revolutionary spirit of the Deerwood ever since independence, and her involvement in creating the Godhammer bomb only affirmed her importance to us. She scratches her neck. That's also where the first of the sacred fires burn, but Firga, the tranquil Arden, has had trouble keeping them lit. So is there a hearing going on right now? Sure it is. Duke Evar's been meeting with some of the city's leaders for weeks now, trying to figure out how to address the legacy. The whole business is terribly sacred, though I tried to sit in the gallery during my lunch break one day and got turned away. She sniffs. But a lot of talks concerns animancy, so there is good reason they are keeping the meeting behind closed doors. The legacy? Waidwen's legacy. That's what a lot of people call the rash of Hollowborn. The theory goes that it's punishment for meddling in animancy. So why animancy is so controversial? She laughs. Well, where to begin? Traditionalists think it's a crime against the gods. There is no question that poking around in souls is risky, but the more progressive elements believe it's our only shot at restoring healthy births. And it doesn't help matters that animancy research often involved old Engwithian relics that were illegally looted from ruins in Erglafath. She makes a quick twitching motion with her index and middle fingers. So what are Hollowborn? She raises an eyebrow. You really are fresh from the road. Hollowborn are children born without souls. They often don't live for very long, and those that do have generally receive some kind of treatment from the Animancers. So what do you think about animancy? Me? I think the real danger of animancy is confusing a real scholar with an expensive fake. We get a new case here every day. Some poor couple in the guild, gift or copper lane who spent every copper they had on a miracle cure for their unborn child. It never works. She shakes her head. Breaks your heart, but there is usually nothing we can do for them. I see. Anyway, the legacy is what the politicians have all been whispering about lately. Tell me more about the current duke. That would be Evar Wolfgreen. Don't let the title fool you, though. While our dukes have been elected since independence, some find Duke Evar rather coarse. He's a frontier noble. Personally, I think a rough and tumble type is just what Defiance Bay needs. Okay, goodbye. So where are the archives? I need to go. Okay, Hall of Records. Ooh, we can now steal. Okay, this is the record keeper.
Hello.
A taciturn man with graying hair pores over a tome he's just withdrawn. From one of the shelves, he glances up at you with baggy eyes. Yes? Is there something I can pull for you? So I'm looking for militia records from the time of the Saints' War, trying to find out what happened to someone. The man clears his throat. We've had a number of inquiries about such information. I'm afraid we've had to bar access to the public. Seems there are still quite a number of folk in Deerwood who bear ill will towards Red Serens. It would be irresponsible to surrender their names to just anyone. Many come to settle here as refugees. Perhaps, if you were more established in Defiance Bay, things would be different, but I have no reason to suspect you be any different from others. Yeah, we've came a long way. I just need to find out about my brother. I don't even know what side he fought for. You must understand, I have heard many such stories. I'm afraid there is nothing I can do for you. Okay, farewell. So yeah, so we need to... Yeah. The records keeper was unwilling to show us records from the Saints' War, citing concern about the vengeful Deerwoodian hunting down regional refugees. He said things might be different where my reputation in the city is stronger. Okay, so I need high reputation. Okay. Let's try to go here. Ooh, we cannot. Okay, so let's go out that. Oh, can we do this? You know what? Let's go here. Yeah, this door just magically closed. Whoop. Let's see what can we. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't do anything. You see? We go back to the archive when our reputation is gonna be bigger, or we might have a bigger might.
Animancers have the advantage of education, and with that comes authority and responsibility.
I have to say, it's wonderful to have someone to debate with. You'd think they'd be more welcoming of it at the Law College.
Or we could enjoy a glass of wine and a comfortable silence.
All right. So, yeah. Upper lane. Let's go to the catacombs. And we have a few things to deal there. Especially, we're gonna start with Helig. That crazy necromancer. Was he here? Nope. Was he? Where was he? Oh, he was here. Oh, this are. Oh my god, I have a PTSD when I see that. Come on. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so here there were two traps. Here at least it was only one. Hopefully it's still not on. Hopefully it's gone. Hopefully.
Looks bad.
No. Shoot. Man. Okay. Hurry up. Quickly. Oh, these traps. Okay. Well, it doesn't look that bad. He has a swollen eye, so he has a lower perception, which is okay.